Welcome to Marriage Without Tears channel. This is your ultimate channel for couples that want to make a difference in their marriage and family life. I welcome you. And our topic today is simply titled The 7 Signs that indicate that a woman is tired of her marriage and simply want to walk away. The 7 signs. I have observed that so many people are ignorant of what is going on in their marriage. Some people, they don't know what is going on till it becomes very late and there is no way of walking out of it anymore except through separation and divorce. But I want to let you know that if you are a proactive spouse and you are observing the trends in your marriage, you can always recognize these 7 signals. Whenever it is happening unto you as a woman, you need to take note, because if it is not nipped in the bud, there's the tendency for it to spoil the entire marriage. And before you know it, you are either separated or divorced. Now, if you are also a man and you're observing that in the life of your spouse, you need to do the right thing by digging out the real, remote or immediate cause of such a trend and doing whatever is necessary to also nip it in the bud and save the integrity of your marital union. That is the reason why we are doing this thing. So I want you to listen to me attentively. The 7 signs that shows or that indicates that a woman is gradually getting tired of her marriage and may soon desire to walk away. What are those 7 signs? Number 1, anytime a woman becomes self-centered to the extent that she is no longer interested in the joy of the spouse, is no longer interested in what makes her husband happy, is no longer interested in the feelings of her husband, but she decides to begin to take vital decisions, significant decisions without his counsel, without his input, then something is wrong somewhere. Some women are known to have changed their faith or even their denomination, or to the detriment of the union. They don't care what the spouse thinks or feels. Some people are known to have made some career decisions, accepting major changes in their career, possibly a transfer to another city, not minding what the husband may feel. Some people have also made some other choices, investment decisions, buying a house in their name, or rather in their maiden name. Such a woman is no longer looking at a future with her husband, but somewhere in her thoughts, she's still looking at a future that she may spend alone. So those are things that you must watch out. When you become so self-centered that you are no longer thinking of the feelings or the joy of your spouse, then such a wife, such a woman is actually indirectly, emotionally walking away from the bonds of her marriage. So you have to look at it very critically. The second thing that may happen to a woman, and you discover that that woman is actually walking away from the union, is when she begins to nag without reason. There are women, they nag and they try every manner of ways, through words, through actions, to belittle the husband, to cut down the spouse, to make the spouse feel small. You nag at everything under the sun, even when it is unprovoked. Such a person is no longer gelling with the husband, is no longer feeling safe or happy, fulfilled in the company of the husband. Such may also be an indicator that that woman is gradually walking away from the bonds that unites her with her spouse. The third thing that may be an indicator is constant criticism without providing or proffering a solution to the issue at stake. I've seen women, they criticize at every turn of the road. Whether you do it right or wrong or positive or negative, there must be criticism. They criticize the husband, the way he drives, the way he dresses, the way he eats, the way he walks. Whatever the man does simply does not meet up to their expectation. They must criticize. And in criticizing, they don't proffer a solution. It's always like you are not enough, you are not good enough, you are not tidy enough, you are not handsome enough, you are not beautiful enough. Everything under the sun must receive a very rabid tongue of criticism. So when such a thing has become the norm, then such a woman is internally, walking away from the bonds of her marriage. Those are what you must watch out for. Of course, the fourth one is when the woman becomes uninterested or gradually withdraws from every sexual intercourse. At the beginning, she may begin to, she may feel like, you are not doing it well enough, or, you are not doing it okay. I'm not okay with the styles you are providing. I don't like the way you are handling me. Or before you know it, she begins to give sex as just a duty of love. It's like you should do it and let me have my rest. Just do it and let me have my rest. Her heart is no longer in it. There's no more joy in the sexual experience. Gradually, she withdraws from the bedroom. Gradually, she does no longer fulfill her conjugal needs to her husband. At such a point in time, she has opened her husband to amorous advances from the outside. When that begins to happen and the woman does not care whether these things are happening in the life of her husband or not, then that woman is gradually walking away from the marriage. She's gradually saying bye-bye to the marriage. Because a woman that actually wants to keep her husband will do whatever is necessary emotionally to keep him. I mean, she will not just be there watching him hunger and go without sex for a season, knowing very well that there are all manner of challenges from the opposite outside there. So, such a woman who does that simply is saying, I am no longer with you. So, that is the fourth thing that happens to a woman that actually shows that she's tired of the relationship. Before I go on to give you the fifth one, I'm going to give you 7. But before I go on to give you the fifth one, I want you to take a look at the subscribe button here. That's the subscribe button, this red button by my side. Click on it, get subscribed, be part of this awesome channel. This channel will revolutionize and revitalize your marriage. As you watch some of the videos we have done in the past, you will see your marriage turned around and better for good. So click this red button, get subscribed, share it with your loved ones, and let everyone around you know that this channel is called Marriage Without Tears. And of course, I will give you now the fifth one. Anytime that the woman is always eager to attack you physically and verbally with rabid, kind of language, uncut language. I mean, even when she's very much aware that her husband can beat her up, even when she is very much aware that standing strength to her husband, that she will be the victim, but she desires to express her nature through violence. She's no longer interested on who is watching. She simply wants to derobe the husband. She simply wants to fight him. She simply wants to cause him bodily harm. Such a woman is gradually saying, please, I am detaching. Is a great signal. It's a great signal. She no longer minds her language. Even in the presence of everyone, she speaks all manner of gutter language to her husband. Such a woman is saying, I am tired of this relationship. And if you are a man, you have 2 things to do. Either to find out the cause and deal with it, or simply allow her to walk away. So the 6th one I also want to say is, when she's no longer interested in your counsel, when she does no longer have anything to do with your counsel, anytime that there's a strategic decision to be made, she prefers to look outside of the home for counsel. She can accept the counsel of her teachers, the counsel of her doctors, the counsel of anyone around her, even her pastors, but she cannot accept your counsel. That means that there is a deficiency in that marriage. That means that someone is not doing the right thing. And when you find a woman doing that consistently, it shows that she no longer has faith in your counsel. And when there's no faith, there's no trust. And then the whole marriage is undermined. And as I give you the 7th one right now, I want you to take note of that. The 7th one is when she prefers the company of others. She prefers the company of her workmates, her hairdressers, anyone outside there that she calls friend, but you are no longer her friend. Anytime you find a woman preferring the company of others outside of you, she desires to be with every other person except you. She can spend hours with her doctor. She can spend hours with her pastor. She can spend hours with her colleagues in the office. But when she comes home, no, she doesn't want to spend 5 minutes with you. Then it is time for you as a couple or as a husband to look deeper, find out whatever is the cause of that problem, and nip it in the bud. And I also want to tell you, married man, married woman out there, please, when some of the things we mention here begin to take place in your union or in the life of your wife, please don't just take them for granted. Sit back with one another, look deeper, find out the causes of these things. Because if you don't find out the cause and you begin to deal with the effect, you may never get the solution. So I pray that God gives you the understanding, the knowledge, the wisdom to dig deeper, find out the causes of these things, nip it in the bud, and have a glorious marriage. I thank you very much for all the time you have given unto me. Look at this red button, click on it, get subscribed, and let's do this again next week. God bless you, and God bless your home. Have a wonderful time.